Okay, hi everyone. So I'm getting ready to list my 300 Blackout jig in the store, and I want to just show it to you here. So, and a note on my store, if it says it's not available but it's back orderable, that means that you can place your order and expect to get it in a day or two, at least for it to be shipped in a day or two. So this is the jig, and use the nut and screw from the little vise. These vices are made a couple of different ways. I notice this slot is a little bit different on them, but I'm not going for a drop-in tight fit like this. What you do to install it, I'll show you. I'm using this slot to align it, pressing it against the left side of the slot and back. Tighten it down. Alright, then when you cut, you'll see that your finger is far away from the blade. Alright, you cut it off, and you got 1.36, 1.359. I find that to be a really good length. When you resize it, it will be a little bit longer. We'll do another one. The head of this nut prevents it from going too far and cutting anything. Now I have it just a little bit long. I'm going to back this screw out a tiny bit. I mean a little bit short. I'm going to back this screw out a tiny bit. Yeah, this is pretty close to where I want it to be. All right. So because the case profile is cut into this sled, when you lay it on there, it's very close to being square with the blade. I'm not going to say it's 100 absolute %. There could be variation in the saws, but it's very close. And then when you resize these, which I'll go do, keep in mind that the head stamps, when they're different, the thickness of the wall can be different. And when you resize, that thickness will cause variations in the length. If you use all the same head stamp, you can set this all up to resize to where you pretty much just have to chamfer and you can reload. I run them through a trimmer and take like 1/1000th off in order to square them up. It's very simple to do. I'll be right back. Okay, these are the 4 cases that I just made. Now before resizing them, I deburred the outside and the inside. It's a good idea. It's a good idea to deburr them after sizing or chamfer them. Now they're 1.366, 1.367, 1.367, 1.3665. So those are 4 cases that you could take maybe a 1/1000th off in your little precision trimmer, which is going to take no time, basically bumping them into it. If you're using like a Frankfurt Arsenal device, a note on the Frankfurt Arsenal, they reference off of this shoulder. Fired cases And actual 300 Blackout cases will have a slightly different profile on the shoulder because these haven't been fire formed yet. So if you set it up for your normal already once fired cases, you might have to set it a little bit different for these until you got them all once fired, at least once fired. If you use a case trimmer that references off of holding the case by the head of the case, then you're going to get, you know, the same whatever case you hold in the collet will have the, you know, the same length. That's one thing about the Forester or Lyman, other ones, or Hornady, that hold it by the head of the case. Positives of those things. Okay, as you can see, it's very simple. It should be very safe. And you know, your finger's quite far away from the blade. I hold it here with one finger and I operate it with this hand. I make 2 quick cuts. The case is held in place with a profile of the case, so when it cuts, it's square to the blade. Very little you have to do once you form this with your die into making it in spec. I'm going to be listing this in the store, and if you want it and you see that it's on back order, that only means that when you place your order, I make it. There's not going to be huge delays in me getting it. If it gets something I can't make it in time, I'll take the back order function off and let you know when it can be ordered. If you want it for other types of cases, say convert 243s into 6.5 Creedmoor or something like that, I could design one for that. Just write me a message through the Loadertools webpage. Thanks for watching. See you on the web. Keep an eye out on the store. I'm going to be adding things in.